Hi everybody. Today is still April 16th, but not for much longer because it's almost midnight. This is a video that was a request by somebody for my fiance to talk about how he found out about my having an eating disorder, how he puts up with it, deals with it, and feels about it, and why he decided to put a ring on my finger. Okay, so here's Corky.
Hello.
Go ahead.
Let's start with finding out. Finding out was easy. Second date, she just told me, like, straight up, hey, this is this, and I'm anorexic, and I was like, okay.
That's not what I said.
Well, no.
I put it in the past tense. I said I had an eating disorder.
Yeah, she had an eating disorder. And,
I still do.
yes, she still does. And I thought, okay, well, I think I can deal with that. And, I don't know. For the most part, it's functional. You know, we can still get through a day and have everything be completely okay. Sometimes it's a total pain in the ass. Sometimes it's super easy. Sometimes I don't even know what to say, just like then. I don't know. You have to work at it. You have to try. If you don't try, you're going to be out of it a long time ago. And apparently, I've got stamina. I'll say that. I don't know. It's not that difficult, really. You just have to know what to say, when to say it, know how to be supportive, and when to be supportive, and know how. Yeah, exactly. Know when not to say certain things, and know when to just shut your mouth. Say absolutely nothing. Granted, I don't know when to do most of those things, but I try, and I get it done for the most part. But, you know, sometimes I am silent, and she's like, what the hell is wrong with you? Why would you be silent right then?
You mean like what just happened like 5 minutes ago?
Yeah. I should have said something, and I didn't say anything, but I don't know. It's really, really hard to know when to do what at all times, and it's a full-time gig, really. What?
It's just funny.
It is. I mean, you can't half-ass being in a relationship with somebody with anorexia.
You can't half-ass being in a relationship at all
Exactly.
and expect it to be kind of successful.
More so with a person with anorexia, it makes it difficult, and I don't know. As long as you love them, I guess that's all that matters. And I love this one, so that's why the ring's on her finger. So, regardless of whether or not it's hard to be around her sometimes, it's hard to be with her sometimes, it doesn't matter. At the end of the day, I still love her and I still want to sleep next to her, so she has a ring on her finger as a result.
So tell, like, a couple of, like, little moments when you were like, uh-oh, or when you, like, I know you told me that at first when I, like, told you, you didn't really know what it meant, and so you were kind of like, you didn't realize, because you never really had any contact with anybody with one before, that you didn't really realize how problematic it could be, so, like, maybe say something about, like, when you had a aha moment, like, oh, this is more difficult than I thought. We'll see if I remember what you're talking about.
Okay, a big one was when, let's see. Okay, so to begin with, I knew what it was. I didn't know exactly what it entailed and the extent of what it entailed. But I knew, like, the basis, like, the general, like, what is anorexia, I know that. But when it came to a point where I really, really knew is when I had already known about the fact. She came over to my place for Thanksgiving one time with Anthony and Anthony's mom.
And his sister.
Yeah, and his sister. They were all there.
That's his roommate.
Yeah, he was my roommate at the time. She came over for that. And after the fact, Anthony wanted to talk to me and whatnot. And I was like, yeah, kind of, because he had questions about her. It was like the second or third time he met her. And he had questions about her, and I was like, yeah, the thing about her is she's got anorexia and da 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 da. And I tried to explain it, the
But you didn't have to. Right?
yeah, I didn't have to. Like eating habits at Thanksgiving, I attempted to start explaining, and he was like, "Oh no," like he cut me off halfway through my sentence. He's like, "Yeah, she's anorexic. I know," and I was like, "How in the world do you know?" And he's like, "Seriously, she turned down everything on the table except for salad, and she ate it without dressing. You expect me not
That's
to,
what I did.
And it turned out that he had a hard ass wrestling coach in high school and whatnot, and his wrestling coach kind of forced it upon him because they had to cut weight like really really bad, and so he kind of knew the ropes of it to begin with, but like he already knew about it, and that was the first time like I ever came to terms with it. I was like, okay, I have to explain this now because my roommate has no idea why, and he's a chef by the way.
He cooks very well.
My roommate, who's a chef, has no idea why my girlfriend is turning down all of the food that he prepared. And so I'm trying
Was that Thanksgiving? I really feel like it was like
No, it was Thanksgiving.
something else, because I was wearing my Cobra Starship t-shirt, and I wouldn't have been wearing that in November. But
I think it was Thanksgiving. It was a holiday of some kind. I think it was Thanksgiving, but I don't know. But either way, it was the first meal that she came to with my friends and my friends' family and whatnot.
yeah.
And so, yeah, that was the first time I really had to explain to anybody, like, this is why she's not having your food. And it just turned out that he was a chef, and it just turned out that he had a familiarity with the disorder. So, I mean, it just kind of spurred from there.
And has it ever, like, oh my god, my voice is so low. I have like a scratchy throat.
I almost said you sound like
a dude. Has my having an eating disorder ever caused you, like with the exception of that time with Anthony, like ever caused you issues or like made you like feel really embarrassed or uncomfortable or ever made you like sorry that you are still with me? Were still with me?
No.
This is all previous. Well, I'm sure it's made you embarrassed sometimes. Cut off the last part of that. Or, like, awkward for you. Like, how about the Rose Bowl game experience? With the potato skin.
What about it?
I was scared of it. I picked it up and it was dripping.
Yeah, but nobody knew. And even if they had known, then if they have a problem, that's their problem. You have your problem. You're dealing with it as you can. And I'm supporting you as I can. So.
Yeah.
As well as I can. I mean, I'm embarrassed. I would say no. I've never been embarrassed, but...
That's a relief.
Frustrated? Sure. Like, could you just...
Talk about that. Talk about it. Go. Talk about that.
Like, sometimes I just say, like, could you just eat like a normal person for once?
That's what I was talking about earlier.
In front of, like, people that I know, and, like, just do it. It's not that difficult. I have no problem. Okay, as far as food goes, I have zero problems at all. I really don't care. I've got a crazy metabolism. I eat whatever's in front of me, and it's delicious, and that's all I care about. And, like, I don't understand the whole, like, let's make it taste as bad as possible because it's less calories. I don't get that, you know? Like,
that's definitely not the goal.
Well, yes, but it's the result.
Sometimes.
Light, low-cal food, all of that is bland and it tastes like crap. It really does. It's bland and it tastes like crap, and it's not good for anybody except for the person who's trying to eat nothing. And I'm sorry.
I have to cut the video off before 10 minutes.
Okay. Oh, it's getting there.
Yeah.
Ultimately, what it is, no, I'm not embarrassed by her. I love her deeply, and that's all that really matters. Is it frustrating? Yes.
Is it frustrating for me? Heck yes.
Oh, hell yes. Is it tolerable? Absolutely. Anybody who says they can't deal with it is full of shit. And
don't swear so much. You have such a potty mouth.
Is full of
feces.
Okay, they're full of it, and they're cowards. So as long as they can buck up and have a good time. Have a good time.
Okay, bye.